Let's keep calm and mother on. Mothering is way too important to do alone and way too serious to be serious all the time. My name is Christy Thomas, and I am here shoulder to shoulder with you, mothering and enjoying life together. This is the podcast where you can focus on being mindful and taking a deep breath with me and learning new things so you can pause and savor the amazing life you already have. Now let's go. I am sure that you figured out by now that I love breathing. I didn't always love breathing and noticing that I was breathing, but it's something that I do every day now. Do you notice that you're breathing? I think so often in life, we don't actually notice that we're breathing. We don't slow down and notice our breath. We don't feel the cold air coming in our nose and how warm it feels as we exhale. We're just moving so fast all the time. And when I started to heal, when I started to come back to myself, when I started to learn how to be the happiest mom I know, one of the first strategies I implemented was pausing to breathe. I would just pause and I would take a photo of something beautiful that was also often associated with my new habit, and I would just let myself exhale. Science says that moms of 3 are the most stressed out moms in the world. I don't actually know if that's true, but I've seen the Facebook stories that says it is. And everything on Facebook is true, right? So I learned how to pause and breathe because moms do need stress management. Moms do need to triage all day long. All day long, you're trying to figure out what's the most important thing to do here. Making food, giving a hug, making sure the toddler doesn't have a Sharpie. There are some big moments in life, and if you're not practicing how to slow down before those big moments happen, you might respond in a way that you regret. And that's why breathing is important to me. The way that you breathe affects your whole body. Breathing exercises are a really amazing way to reduce tension, reduce stress, and relax. And I don't know of a mom that doesn't need more of any of those things, right? Like, we're being sold things all day long. Bathtub bombs and spa dates and face masks and flowers. I don't know. All sorts of things that try to get us to relax. And really, I've never bought anything that helps me to relax as much as just pausing to breathe. And you can learn how to do these breathing exercises anywhere at any time. That is why I do the Breathe With Me episodes. I didn't start doing those because I thought they were trendy. I did them because those are some of my best secrets that I'm sharing with you. And over the last 60 episodes of Breathe With Me, I have shared my best strategies about how to pause and respond. And now, if you talk to my kids or my husband or any of my friends that live locally, I don't always do this well. I fully admit that if you talk to my teenagers especially, that they will tell you that they think that I'm a hothead at times. But I'm better than I would be. If you follow me on Instagram at Everyday Runner Christy, that link's always in the show notes, you will know that this week, my dear husband almost stepped on a snake in our garage. And then he came in and he said, "Don't freak out. I think there's a coral snake in our garage." Now, if you know coral snakes, you might know them by the rhyme. Red touch black, friend of Jack. Red touching yellow, kill a fellow. So he comes into the house saying that that's the snake that is in our garage. In our garage, into the cement steps that go into our house that are unmovable, completely unmovable. I may have freaked out a little bit, but I still went outside like he asked, and I stood vigil because one of us had to watch the steps to make sure that the snake was contained because we didn't want to lose it in somewhere else in the garage. So I sat there calmly and I cleaned up the area around it. So like if the snake did come out, it wouldn't hide in the basketball bin or the water guns, right? Like you don't want to find a snake in there that's venomous. We were able to find a neighborhood snake guy, and I was able to practice my breathing while I waited. And this is why you need to learn deep breathing. Because if you happen to have a venomous snake in your garage, or if your dog is sprayed by a skunk, like that happened one time when I was babysitting in college, you're going to need to practice deep breathing. Or maybe, I can think of another experience where it was super helpful. You go to a dinner at your husband's coworker's house, and it's a ladies only dinner, right? And the kids are with you, and all the kids disappear. And as you're about to leave, you realize that your kids, along with some other kids, drew all over an empty bedroom with crayon, and you get to repaint someone else's house. Do you see why breathing is really helpful there? Because when you practice breathing, you're not only working on relieving stress and relieving tension and taking a break in your day, but it's also giving you the pause you need to choose your attitude, to choose how you respond, to remember that with every breath I take, I have love going through my body. With every breath I take, I can exhale my panic. With every breath I take, I can make a new choice. That is why I present to you every Tuesday the Breathe With Me episodes. I can think of no other free tool that is as good as breathing. By the way, the snake guy did come this week, that day, same day, within like an hour and a half, and he was able to use his little snake grabber thing and remove the snake. And it ended up not being a coral snake in my garage, but a different venomous snake, a baby copperhead rattlesnake. So I'm really glad I got to practice some deep breathing because we didn't even know what we were dealing with, right? At one moment, my husband was able to take a picture and like try to zoom in on the snake's pattern. And he was like, oh, I think it's just going to be a rat snake, which is a really common snake around here. But that's not at all poisonous. It's like, maybe we should cancel the snake guy. I'm glad we didn't. Afterwards, after the snake incident, I allowed myself to feel all the feelings. And I was pretty dramatic on Instagram. It was fun to say I almost died. Probably wasn't really in any real threat, but it was good to feel all the feelings, because when you don't feel all the feelings, then they're trapped inside of you. You have to express the feelings. And that's the other thing I can go on and on about why breathing matters so much to moms. In the moment where I can pause to breathe, I can also filter through my feelings. Like, am I actually having a hard moment or a sad moment? Or am I picking up on the feelings of someone else that I'm helping take care of? What can I do? I can filter through the feelings. And after the snake, I needed to feel the feelings. And and be dramatic. Isn't it so nice to know that your body has this system built in? And if you're a person of faith, deep breathing is where I turn to say one-line prayers like, come help me, and thank you, and wow, and I love you. For today's self-care activity, I want to teach you a breathing technique called clearing your head. I haven't used this yet for a Breathe With Me episode, so consider this a gift. So clearing your head is a really great exercise for relieving back and shoulder and neck pain, like that tension headache sort of feeling, or when you just have too much on your mind. In order to do this breathing, I need you to begin with several neck rolls. So I want you to roll your neck around and around, chin on your chest, then head to the left shoulder, roll it back, ear to the right shoulder and down. Okay, so that's what I mean by neck roll. Once you've practiced that a few times, we're going to add the breathing to it. So what you're going to do is you're going to inhale and then slowly roll to the side and then to the back. And when your chin is pointed up, you're going to pause your breathing and hold your breath. And I want you to count to like 5 if it's comfortable. And then once you get to 5, I want you to roll your head back down so your chin is touching your chest. And then I want you to exhale. Okay, so you're inhaling from neutral to the back with your chin up, holding, and then you're exhaling until your chin is down. And you're going to do it one direction, like to the right, and then you're going to pause and do it the other direction, to the left. And that is the clearing your head breath. I hope it makes sense. I will demonstrate this as an Instagram story or Instagram reel and save it, okay? And now the family fun idea. I don't know about you, but man, it's been a season so far. I'm starting to get all these flashbacks of all the fun things that I started to gather in early 2020 that had novelty then when we thought the world was going to just shut down for a tiny bit. And it's March, and it's coming in like a lion here. And I want you to make paper bag puppets as a family as your play idea. Paper bag puppets are just amazing. Get out the yarn, get out the scraps of construction paper. Lunch-sized paper bags are the best, but if you have to use paper grocery bags, it's fine. They'll just be giant puppets, like so fun. And then I want you to like use the edge of the counter and do a puppet show, and tell bad jokes, like dad jokes, and use the puppets and just laugh. I don't think that there's a better sound in the world than our kids laughing. I have recorded so many different versions of my kids laughing over the years on my phone because that sound is just magical and it changes. And sometimes I wish I could hear my big kids laugh in their 5-year-old voices again, but I can't. So as a mom with teenagers, 14, 13, and then this 8-year-old, I want you to pause and just enjoy the laughter that you have. Just lean into humor. Parenting is way too serious to be serious all the time. I really think our kids need us to show them that adults can be funny and relax and not be serious. We want adulthood to look amazing, right? Not like a ball of stress all the time. Okay. I am so glad you're here. You are exactly the right mom for your kids, and your kids are exactly the right kids for you. When you take the time to pause and play, you're really making that connection stronger. I think play is the ultimate glue of connection. That's why going to the zoo is fun and watching the animals. Well, take a deep breath and know that you're amazing. And I'm so glad to be here right now with you on this planet Earth. The world is better because you're here. If you want to make my day better, you can go leave a rating and review. That helps let other people know that this podcast is worth listening to. Also, if you could share this with 3 friends or put it on Instagram or Facebook, whatever you want to do, that would feel like the ultimate tip jar. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so glad you're here.